Wow, just listen to that. It's Progression-D.
Hey, welcome to Pod-gressionD, the Progression-D podcast. My name is Eric.
This is Hosen.
I'm Nick.
And Evan.
And this is episode 2. We hope you guys enjoyed the first one. If you haven't listened to it, there's probably a link somewhere. But yeah, we're going to jump right into this one. So in March of 2019, we are going back to Japan.
Whoop. Can't
Very
wait.
hyped.
Mm-hmm. So hyped.
I think we're kind of just trying to do some of the same stuff we did before, but also
But do it better.
Do it better, and I have some stuff to show you guys. You guys have some stuff to show me, because last time we went, I didn't go to Ebisu at all.
Yes.
You guys went, but I stayed back, and I went to Kyoto and Osaka, which I loved both cities so much, especially Osaka. So I'm really excited that this trip, I'm going to get to go to Ebisu, and you guys are going to get to go to Osaka.
So
yeah,
perfect.
which
So
we didn't
stoked.
get to
so
do.
awesome.
Yeah,
So
so
everything that we learned from last trip, we're mixing together and like,
Yep.
doing
We
it
know
right
how
this
Ebisu
time.
works, and you know some good places in Osaka to eat and see, and Kyoto and everything. It's going to be perfect.
it's cool, because I feel like there's something exciting about going somewhere for the first time, and like obviously we're going back to Japan, but that excitement's still there, because
We're going somewhere else for the
it's
first
cool when
time.
you take somebody. So yeah, it'll be cool. So today we're going to kind of talk about that trip. Now, I made an itinerary. I made the itinerary last time. I did it again this time with kind of minimal input from the party. And I don't know if I've really run anybody down yet.
It's the perfect formula. We
I was like,
trust it.
guys, we're going to go for 15 days. Here's a link to some flights. And everybody just said, okay, and booked flights.
We trust the process.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it at all.
So let's...
well, the process for the first one was a bit hectic as well.
Yeah, but it worked.
But it flowed magically.
So I have like
Everything
no doubts.
fell into place and it worked. So
And we're lucking out with flights again. The first time we went, we did round trip flights, JFK to Tokyo, for $520.
Yep.
Which was crazy. And this time Nick found the flights. We're flying from JFK right into Osaka and out of Osaka back to JFK for
567.
$567.
Direct
So,
flight, no
direct
layover.
flight, no layover in China this time.
There,
No, they're not. It's not
there's
direct.
definitely not a direct
Definitely
flight.
100% not direct flight.
Yeah, we
it's
are.
not?
No, absolutely
God,
not.
no.
No, zero
really?
chance.
Yeah, we're laying over in.
Shanghai.
You
Nope.
sure?
No, where is it?
It's somewhere else.
Are you sure? It didn't say that when I
Yeah,
booked
no,
my
it-
tickets. It did not say that.
Let's hope you got the right.
I mean,
Yeah, you
it
should. You
said
did it right from the
direct.
link, right?
I'm going to search for it right now because we
I
definitely
totally
we
forgot
might have
what
to restart
the-
this podcast.
This is
No, we
interesting.
definitely don't. All right, see your itinerary.
Okay.
Here we go. Expedia is loading.
Beautiful.
But where did you think it would lay over at?
I thought it was like Malaysia or something.
I thought it was Shanghai, isn't it? The
I don't-
PVG.
I don't think so.
It didn't tell me that when I booked mine.
It might just.
Maybe it's to be determined. That's why it
Maybe,
didn't say
maybe it's
it.
just gonna kick me and Eric off, and we're
Yeah, I
gonna
guess we'll
fly.
see.
We're gonna just land in the airport, and you guys are gonna land there.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It is Shanghai. Yeah, New York to
Interesting.
Shanghai.
All right.
There's like a 3-hour layover or something, and then Shanghai to Osaka.
Oh, well.
Okay.
So we do not have direct flights, but we did
I thought
pay
we did. Oops.
$567. So
Yeah, I paid like $300 more because I booked it a month later.
no,
But,
it
oh,
happens.
whatever. It's still cheap. So
Yeah,
The-
I
I
mean,
mean, you get to
what
fly
it
with
is.
your
The trick
friends.
to it is to book it as early as possible.
right, but I didn't know if until like a couple weeks later, and then the
Yeah.
second I booked it, it was more money. You can't. I didn't
Yeah,
think it would go up in 3 weeks that much money.
anything under $1,000 to fly to the other
Oh,
side of the
yeah.
earth.
Yeah.
To
Do
me
you remember
is
what?
like,
Yeah, that's incredible. Do you remember
pretty
what day
good.
you booked yours on?
It was. I know it was like three weeks after. you
Yeah,
guys
because
did.
some you can book some days out of the week, or the flights like great. Like
That stuff's
the-
weird.
Yeah, it's a very weird thing to book tickets for overseas and stuff.
But we are going to Japan. That's the big thing.
Oh, yeah.
we
So,
will get on a plane and land in Japan.
so let me run you guys
Eventually.
down what we're going to be doing. So we leave New York and we're flying right into Osaka, which I'm excited about. Osaka is my favorite city in the world. Definitely my favorite city in Japan. And we're there for 3 full days. So like really we're there for like 3.5 days. And that's split between Osaka and Kyoto. Osaka is just like the coolest city for food and drink and just
Oh, yeah.
hanging out and relaxing. It just
Takoyaki.
Which will be nice.
it's going to be so nice. It's a
'Cause
great way to start the
We
trip.
didn't really relax very much.
Yeah, we
the first trip.
moved as soon as we got there. We're like, we got to go see stuff. Let's let's get to walking.
It was thing
let's
after
get to
thing
Subway.
after thing.
And not a lot of sleep, which is fine. It was completely the way I was expecting it to be. I wasn't going into that trip expecting to get a lot of sleep.
No, me
but
neither.
it'll be nice to kind of just like chill out a little bit more this time.
Yeah,
and then like just enjoy
absolutely
it,
agree.
like more than be like going everywhere.
Yeah,
like
so-
the whole time.
Osaka's going to be great. Kyoto's going to be awesome. We get to go to Carland 86, the
Which-
A86
oh, man.
only dealership.
Cannot
which
wait.
I can't explain to you guys
It's
how
one of the
awesome that
bucket
was.
lists for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real cool one. So yeah, we spend our first couple days in Osaka, and then we shoot right over to Tokyo. We take the bullet train, and we're gonna be in Tokyo for 2 days at that point, 2 full days. So like again, like 2.5 days with that
Yeah.
travel.
Yep.
And we can hit some stuff that we either didn't hit last time or we did
Wanna
get to
go
see last
again.
time.
We
and
loved
stuff
so
like
much
that.
last time. Yeah, we want to hit it again.
Yeah, Joypolis was a big one. That's
Oh,
like
yeah, that's a
Sega's
big
arcade /
possible.
amusement park.
Yes.
It's just
Yeah.
amazing.
We definitely want to do some parking areas. So Daikoku.
Yeah,
Daikoku
that'll be
for
probably
sure.
every
Tatsumi,
night
I
we're
really
there.
want to hit this time.
Yeah, we
as
didn't
well.
hit Tatsumi last time. This
Yeah.
is definitely that's definitely something we should try.
I would like
this
to do
time.
a little bit of exotic stuff too. So Bingo Sports is a big thing that I didn't get to
I
do
feel like
last
that would be
time.
worth doing as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So they are the suppliers of Koenigsegg and Pagani for
So it's not
for
very
all of Japan.
It's
So
not very JDM-esque,
Oh,
but it's
no,
still
but
very
it's-
Japanese.
it's very Japanese and it's just really special.
Yeah, that's
If,
definitely.
if we were going to Nagoya, I would want to go to their place too because they have their huge warehouse there with a lot of vintage race cars. So
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
love to
that's
go to
definitely
Nagoya. I've
something to
heard of
hit.
so much cool stuff in Nagoya from other
but
people
it's
that have
just
gone.
not viable this trip, but which is fine. We can go to their Tokyo location.
Next trip.
So next trip.
there will be a next
There
trip.
will 100% be a next
So
trip.
after Tokyo, we go to Toyota Rent a Car. We get a car and drive right up to Ebisu, and we're there for 4 days. So that's going to be awesome. Evan, you and I are splitting Hosen's
old Cresta.
Yeah, he has
So-
JZX
still have
90.
it.
Yep, we
It's
still
been
have it.
sitting for almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. By the time we get there, it'll be 2 years since we've seen it.
Yeah.
Almost to the day,
Like,
probably.
literally almost to
Yeah.
the day because the same month. So
So it's a super cool car. It's I don't know a ton about the JZX, but it's a JZX 90
Yes.
with a 100 VVTi
right. Okay,
swapped
so that's
into
the
it.
one
So single turbo.
VVTi that comes from the one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the 100.
yeah, and it's it was actually a ladies' car.
It was female.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
female
right, yeah.
in
It
Australia,
has
I
a
believe.
Drift Challenge Australia banner that's like really kind of cool.
It's
fading.
bedazzled.
It
Yeah,
is
it has some
bedazzled.
feminine
It has-
touches, but it's nice. It,
It
fits
has
the car.
a vanity mirror that's like epoxied to the glove
I'm
compartment.
super into it. I
It
think
was
that's
super
great.
awkward that we
Yeah.
taped it up. So
Yeah.
people ask
Oh,
what
because
that
they kept
is.
glaring
well,
on you, didn't it? Didn't
no,
it,
it was just like
bothering
it
you?
was.
Yeah, yeah.
It kept glaring, and it was also just weird looking at yourself. Like every time you're in the passenger seat, it was
Yeah.
very weird. But yeah, the dash is bedazzled. It's got pink tints on the headlights.
I love it, honestly.
Came
I
with
think
some
it's
really
great.
weird like 3-spoke wheels on the back.
Actually,
but-
looking at the photos from the previous owner, it had some really nice wheels on it.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
the
And then
car
it's just-
looked a lot better
Yeah.
with the previous owner.
And
I'll
someone
run
just
it
threw
around,
it
but
in.
unfortunately, I can't remember her
had some neglect.
handle.
But
Yeah.
what's really funny is that the car looks super aggressive in the front because it's got like not over fenders, but it's got like aftermarket fenders and it's got a lip and it's got like a bunch of stuff. And then the back, we took the side skirts off because they were just too much of a pain to get the car
Yeah.
jacked up with them on.
Yeah, I could see that.
And they were like flopping anyway. And then we kind of ripped the rear like the rear lip off, so it was just like the car looked super aggressive in the front, and it was
No,
just
the
kind of
rear lip was still there.
yeah, I think
it's only the side skirts we took out, so it kind of looked really like not balanced.
It was very
There's
it
like
was
a
like
gap in the
super
middle.
aggressive in the front, and then kind of like just weird. But we had issues with it, but it works
Regardless
now, so.
of aesthetics, it's going to be an awesome car for us
Oh,
to
yeah.
kind of learn to drift in. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Eric and I don't have much experience. Eric has more experience than me, really.
Yeah, and like even
So,
that, is,
and
like,
even
not
that's
too
not very much.
Yeah, when we tucked these cars away, they were both performing so well, besides the crash that Zach had in my JZX. But other than that, I'll have that sorted before I even get there,
Yeah.
hopefully.
And we're
So-
caging both of these
Yeah,
cars.
we'll
Yeah,
cage
we are
them. So our
getting
cars will be
caged.
100% performance ready. I mean, they were
Yeah.
so good the last day. I can't get over how nice they felt. And it was a nice, sunny,
They
dry
sound
day.
amazing, too.
They
I,
sounded
I'm pretty,
great.
I'm pretty pro cage. I just
Yeah.
really,
Yeah, for good
I
reason.
feel like my luck has to have run out. So
Yeah.
cage is definitely the way to go.
yeah. So
And then Nick, you have your JZX 90 from last time.
Mark II.
That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be sharing that with.
I don't know.
We don't know yet.
We're not quite sure yet. So we have a couple other people going on the trip.
Some who I haven't
Everybody
even
wants
met
to
yet.
drive, but it's kind of hard for the amount of people. It's like an uneven amount of people that would want to drive. So that, and to split a car is kind of a little ridiculous to think about spending all this money on a car that's overseas. That, you know, the first time we knew like we could definitely go twice, and we're definitely going to go for a third time. Will a car last a third Ebisu trip? I don't know. My car hardly lasted the first one. Mechanically, it did, but the body is a crumpled mess. It is bad. I mean, just the rear end because of the crashes.
And the other thing
tapping
with
walls and stuff.
Power Vehicles strategy is actually pretty smart. So I drove the car as if I was going to sell it. You know, like I made sure not to damage it, and it was still pristine.
Yeah, no close tandems.
Yeah, Zach and I wanted to
Yeah.
destroy this car because we figured we'd never go back. Let's
Which
spend
makes
money
me
on it and
sad.
smash
Which
it.
made, it made me really sad because the car was pretty clean to begin
Yeah,
with.
it wasn't too bad.
And the JZX90 Mark II is my favorite JZX.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
You
It's
made
one
it
of my
yours for-
favorite
yeah,
Yeah, we
cars.
made it ours. That's the thing.
So-
We wanted to go as hard as we possibly could with a car that we just spent money on. We wanted to. We didn't want to spare any expense, but we also didn't want to be the reason that we ruined the trip for the person we were sharing the car with.
Yeah.
So
And
we
for
kind
me-
of were a little reserved.
I had to I made sure not to ruin the car. So
Yeah.
Because since Hosen had some
yeah.
trouble with it, he wasn't sure if he wanted to keep it or not, and then we
So,
kind of just still have it.
as I was going to sell it, you know, I asked for a quote, and then in the end, the storage fees was actually actually very viable.
Yeah.
And it's really cheap. So I just went ahead and just said, hey, you know what? We'll keep the car. And Nick wanted to buy it off me, but I guess that never happened.
Yeah.
So
And now Eric and I are gonna take it over.
And now,
So-
Hosen, you are getting a JZX 100, right?
that is the plan. I have not done it yet, mainly because Emily and Andy haven't really gotten stock yet. So
They're the owners of
and also
Power
they-
Vehicles
yeah.
at Ebisu.
And buying one from auction is a little difficult because they don't always come with coilovers or an LSD
no,
or
but
this.
that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So
You're gonna have to mod it a little bit. if
and
you want.
also
they have no
they-
new stock yet.
and they haven't really been taking any appointments for
No
next year
reservations yet.
No reservations for next year. So we haven't even done anything about that yet.
And I
'Cause
can imagine,
which
like-
is it makes sense. They just had a Matsuri like a month and a half ago, which
Yeah, I'm
like
sure there's a lot of recovery time from
it,
all
like
that.
takes a lot of their resources and time.
And it's been 2 years. They probably
yeah.
grew. You know, they have a ton of business, a ton
Yeah.
of customers.
Yeah.
So they're probably a lot more busy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it kind of sucks because we know that the back window on the Cresta is
Yeah.
broken. So
That
the
smashed,
interior is
like, a year ago.
probably pretty awful.
It smashed like over the winter, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the interior is probably pretty shot, which if we're gonna get it caged, I want to have them rip it all out anyway.
Yep.
Yeah,
Everything that
best
could
bit.
smell, everything that could be
Yeah, no, just take it out.
gross,
I
just
don't-
take it out.
Take it all
These
No,
out.
we
cars
don't
are-
need. Yeah,
We'll
they're
have a
not. It's not what the
bonfire.
car's for.
They are drift cars
So-
on the other side of the earth. I
Yeah.
am not crazy about trying to keep the interior.
Yeah, I
perfect.
just don't want to sit in a moldy car.
No, me neither.
So.
So those are our 3 cars
Yeah.
for Ebisu, and we're going to be there for 4 days. That's 4
Yeah.
days of like straight drifting.
Which I witnessed last time. I did a lot of filming for that, which was super fun and also a little unfulfilling at the same time because I was longing to drive, but I just couldn't viably do it at the time. Like Hosen let me use his car very graciously.
I saw you get to, like,
but I
try
was
some
I
donuts
was a
and
little
stuff.
I was very apprehensive because one, it's not my car. I don't have money.
Yeah.
I didn't have money at the time if something went wrong, and 2, I didn't want to take away from his experience of being able to drive it, especially since the car was down for like a day. Pretty
Yeah.
much a day of the 4 days. So
Yep.
I didn't
Yeah, that
want
was a big bummer.
Like I didn't want to be selfish in that aspect. I was just gracious for like
Yeah, of course.
like the hour or so that I had in the car. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, like,
But-
there's a certain anxiety that comes from somebody saying, like, "Hey, can you go park my car for me?" But
Yeah.
like, "Hey, can you like redline the shit out of this car for a while?" That's a lot of responsibility to take
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, Zach and I got super lucky. I mean, that car that we got had 0 hiccups all 4 days. I mean,
Oh, that
total
car was shredded
It
the
was
whole
nonstop,
time.
just roasting tires. We went through so much tires. So I mean,
And it
the
was
one
so
day that it
simple,
rained,
too.
yeah, it was such a simple setup. The day that it rained, we didn't change tires once, and we each got close to 80 laps on school course, each, like me and
On
him,
one set of tires.
On one set of tires. It was just such a great
too
day.
good.
It was. If we went to Ebisu and it rained the first 2 days, I would not be upset. I would
Yeah.
not be. It would
Yeah.
just be. Oh my god, it would be perfect.
That seems like a dope way to start.
Oh,
just
it'd be
having
great.
to,
That'd
like,
be
Yeah,
nice,
you
yeah.
because by the 3rd day it would be dry. You guys would shred so hard. You
That'd
would
be
have no
great.
qualms about anything, any track.
Here's to hoping for that.
Yeah, I was having a little difficulty because I'm not too experienced yet.
Yeah,
I've been
takes time.
I had a front wheel drive car as my first car, and then I had 2 all wheel drive cars next, and my 8.6 is
Yeah,
my
the
first
C-time
rear-wheel
is the
drive
name of
car
the
that I
game for
haven't even
drifting.
driven yet. So I have like very little experience with drifting, but I've been longing to do it since I was like,
Yeah,
I don't know, 15.
Dude, I'm in the same boat, but I
Like
feel like
14.
we're going to the spot to do it.
Oh
This
yeah,
is-
So
yeah. Nick is supposed to do shred.
I watched them at Minami, just
No,
like
but-
flying up the back straight, and it was
Here's
amazing.
another thing. I personally believe Ebisu is like the best place to learn.
Oh, yeah.
Because A, you have a ton of seat time. B, it's like you got the open spaces. They have like skid pans.
Yeah, they
in
have
the
2
lower
skid pans,
areas.
and then they have Driftland, which is basically a skid pan with corners.
Yep.
So
Yep.
they put like banked, like they put like small berms.
There's little
So, like,
curbs. There's
little
little curbs
curbs,
and
like,
berms
like-
with dirt on the side.
Yeah.
Think about
So-
it as like a ski resort mountain. You know, you got
Yeah.
like the green slope, and then you got the
double black diamond,
But
which
the
is
beautiful-
Minami.
the beautiful thing is if you go,
no,
uh,
sorry,
And
Toge course is
Toge
double black
course,
diamond.
yep.
That
Yeah.
is terrifying.
If you go
Toge
during
course
the
is
week,
backcountry, weaving through the
Yeah.
trees.
we went from what Saturday
Yeah.
to I think Wednesday was the day we left.
Yes.
If you're
Yep.
there during the week, the weekdays, nobody will be there to
No
do it.
one's
To
there.
say
Oh,
anything,
no.
no one will be there to be in your way. You have 7 tracks. Granted,
And
they're
you
all
have,
open
like, full
completely
access
to
to
yourself.
tools, too.
Yeah,
And
they'll
it's
let
so
you use the
cheap.
tire room. They let you use everything. You got to bring your own hand tools and stuff.
Yeah, I think we should definitely try and pack a few power tools this time.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to do we use the T handle for everything. I think we should try and bring a
See,
maybe.
so your batteries
I'm not
get
bringing my gun.
stolen
My gun,
in the
my, yeah,
Chinese
my gun.
airport.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want anything to happen to my $700 Snap-on gun.
Don't bring a Snap-on one.
I feel like-
bring a
Anything
cheap
else.
one.
Yeah, we could buy.
I have
I'd rather
a
buy
bunch
one
of
over there.
Ryobi
I'd
stuff.
buy one in Japan rather than bring
So-
one.
That's a
with
good
me.
point.
Or that, yeah.
I feel like the track drifting in Japan compared to the track drifting here in the East Coast is like I want to compare it to like snowboarding and skateboarding. So
Yeah.
like here in East Coast in Club Loose, it's like you line up in grid, you do your run, a single lap around the track, and then you line up again. Just like snowboarding.
Yeah, you
sit
get on the lift. Yeah,
and
you got to
go
get
down,
up. You
go
do a run.
again.
You got to wait.
But then like in Ebisu, it's like it's a skate park. You could just shred
just
all
go.
day.
There's
Just
no
go.
And you can
scooters to
choose
snake your
wherever you
lines.
want.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's an awesome way to describe it. I
Yeah,
haven't heard
yeah,
that
yeah,
before.
yeah.
And it also helps that we're not going during a Matsuri, which a Matsuri sounds amazing. I would love to do that trip
yeah.
with you guys someday.
Uh-huh.
But you need
I
at
th-
least 1 or 2
Yeah.
sessions at Ebisu.
I think-
you have to be good at
Yeah,
that.
I d-
just to
Trip
hang.
5.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
yeah. I think if we could viably do a Japan trip every 2 years, that would be perfect.
I feel like the next
Yeah.
one should be for Matsuri.
That
Yeah,
would be
that would be
really
cool.
nice.
That's
It'd
definitely
also be a bit
experience.
warmer.
Yeah,
too,
it'd be a little
when
bit
we-
warmer.
It would be
'cause-
warmer. That'd be nice.
Because
We make a ton of friends. Oh my god, it just
Yeah, because we go in like
Yeah.
late March, early April, and it's chilly still.
Yeah,
it's
it
not
is chilly
unbearable.
still.
It's not. It doesn't feel like winter
but
anymore.
it can
but
snow, which is the only.
It
It
did-
does-
yeah,
no,
it did snow
it's
last
up,
time.
up
It
there,
did
up
snow.
there, it definitely felt like winter.
yeah,
So, but-
Fukushima gets a lot of snow that time of year. They get snow into
Yeah.
mid-April.
that's
I heard.
true. I stayed a lot further south.
yeah.
The thing
But,
is, the climate there, we thought it would be warmer. So we didn't
Oh,
pack
yeah.
as much as we thought.
Yeah.
But we soon discovered it's very similar to what we have here.
Yeah, it's really similar to New York, actually.
Mm-hmm.
We're wiser this time. This is.
Oh, yeah,
we're
100%.
going in with a lot more knowledge.
Yeah.
And we will be at Ebisu like a week or so, like closer to the end of March. Last time it was like the middle, at like the,
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah,
going
we're
to be
a
there a
little-
couple days later.
I think we have like an extra a week.
because last time we left
later.
on the 10th, and this time we're
Yes.
leaving on the 18th.
Yep. So,
So
Yeah, so that'll
ages
be
later.
good.
That's
there
good.
closer to the end of the month, which is I guess it
Yeah.
will help.
So that's Ebisu. 4 days of solid drifting, and then we get back to Tokyo for 2 more days and fly home.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait. So pumped.
It's gonna be a good trip. Yeah, it's definitely definitely car centric again. Definitely.
And when will it not be?
No,
It'll always be.
It will always
For our
be.
group, it has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am excited. We have more. We have I think 8 people going on this trip
Yeah.
this time, which is
Yeah.
crazy. We have a lot more camera nerds this time than we did before, and I really want to hit up Tokyo's like used 35 millimeter camera
Tim-
stores.
Oh,
yeah.
Tim's a camera guy.
That's a big thing. I post a lot of like 35 millimeter stuff
I
on
need to start shooting with film.
my Instagram.
Really.
account. Yeah, it's great. It's
I
like
really need to.
such a fun thing.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, Japan's the place to pick up a camera. So
Aesthetic central.
Yeah.
So it's the place to take film photos.
yeah, absolutely.
Really.
And like to get a like cool point and shoot there, there's so many stores that you can
Yeah.
get something awesome.
So.
But that's Japan. All right, so we are going to answer some questions from Instagram. I think we all
Yeah.
posted on our Instagrams asking people if there's anything they wanted to know, and
I didn't. I'm sorry.
Evan didn't. Like I did.
don't-
One person asked.
Yeah, I don't post that often anymore just
I
because I,
got
don't have
0
time.
questions asked.
And most of the people who follow me do not follow me for JDM content. So
Fair.
that's
All right.
yeah.
But Hosen got a bazillion questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that
not
that-
too many, but yeah, some good ones here.
enough to spark some conversation.
All right. So I guess the first one, I guess we did cover a lot of this in the previous podcast, but we'll start with this. Was Initial D what got you into cars?
Yes, absolutely, 100%
Nope.
yes for me.
Nope for me.
Definitely not.
Nope, for me either. So yeah,
I am everybody's least favorite like car weeb. It's why everybody hates like it's the way people don't want you to get
here's
into
the thing:
86s.
it's got a really bad reputation because people assume that people with no clue gets this car, which needs a lot of attention, and they end up ruining it, and then just going like losing a ton of money from it,
Yeah.
which isn't exactly wrong. But at the same time,
Not
we have
wrong.
examples like Eric here, who did his research, learned so much, and now he's like part of the community. So
Yeah, I'm definitely in it now.
You're not
You're
just
in
a
it for
kid,
life.
a kid who got a Corolla because of a show and did nothing for it. You definitely
Yeah.
It's definitely a godsend to give you Initial D.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yep.
changed a lot. I've definitely traveled around the world and back because of that show.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I know it's a weird way to get into it, but I am unapologetic for it. It's a great show that introduced me to a great car and an awesome community.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
next question. I like this one. How do you guys feel about Rally A86s?
I feel very strongly about them.
Me too.
I think we all feel very strongly about
I
them in a
think
very
someone bought
positive
one.
way. I think someone did buy one.
I did buy an X Rally 86 shell, which is now for sale if anyone wants to buy it.
$3,000.
Yeah, $3,000. 11 front, GTS
gutted.
rear. It's
Full-
gutted with a
full
full
cage.
Metal
cage.
fenders.
Metal fenders.
Full SCCA certified cage.
Buy my fenders before Lou.
No, but he's an awesome guy.
Lou's
too.
amazing.
Yeah, no.
I feel bad, but I just won't part the front end out.
I feel about Rally 86s more than I feel about any other car's rally form because, I mean, when I look at my car, I go in my garage and I look at my car, I look at my pinch welds and I look at how mangled they are just from jacking it up. I look at how I look at the abuse that my car takes, and I just to imagine it flying off a jump or just riding on gravel and
Yep.
rocks and dirt.
Yep.
It's like if there's ever been a true underdog story for a car that's going to make it through a rally stage, it's the A86 in
I'd
any
say
form
that's
of rally.
definitely
Yeah.
correct.
Hey,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
that thing has made it through the Dakar rally back in the day.
That's
That,
crazy.
They had
that
two
is
coupes that
insane
did
to
it.
think about.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm
crazy.
saying. Like to think about a car that, I mean, is a 34-year-old rust bucket now being a rally car in today's day. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm hype on Rally 86s. I don't know how you could hate on Rally anything.
Yeah,
I'd
no.
be like pro Rally shoebox with wheels. Like
Yeah.
Rally's just sick.
A
Rally
rally
soapbox derby.
Yeah, absolutely. I
No,
definitely
A
pro
rally
86
Twingo.
Rally.
I'd be happy
Oh,
with
yeah,
a rally
yeah.
Twingo. I think that would be great.
No, I know the Irish guys absolutely love their Corollas, their twin cams from
yeah.
the rally scene. So
I don't want
And,
to see a
uh,
rally smart car. I don't want to see that.
I'd like to see a rally Aztec.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
See,
boy.
Rally
I
Aztec
get
would be
behind
sick.
that. That'd be bad tight.
Because you could just pull over anywhere on the track and camp
Yeah.
for the night.
all right. So next one is, what is the best mod for the 86?
Are we talking about GTS or are we talking about an SR5? Because that's what makes this question for
Let's
me.
do both.
All right, so if we're talking about GTS, in my opinion, a bucket seat and a steering wheel. That's
Okay.
it. GTS. If we're taking a GTS from the factory, I'm going to put a bucket seat in it and a removable steering wheel so I can get in and out easier because I don't fit in any 86s. If we're talking about an
Neither do
SR5,
I.
then it's a GTS rear and a bucket seat. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. As long as you have that, you have the formula for a good Corolla.
I'd agree with that because I don't have too much experience with this topic because I'm pretty new to this. But I will agree with that. That sounds pretty correct to me. So
Granted, the car runs good and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
If you need to do preventative maintenance and stuff to make the car
I don't think
reliable,
that counts,
then
though,
that's not a
but-
mod. Though. But
yeah,
if you need
but-
one specific modification to a car with an LSD, rear-wheel drive, manual, it's a bucket seat and a steering
Yeah,
wheel.
working water pump is not a mod.
No, yeah.
No, I think if I had a bone stock A86, whether it's a GTS or a SR5, I'd say go with coilovers. It's like the first thing to do. It just changes the characteristic of the car, makes it
Yeah.
actually feel really sporty.
So
tires
I'm-
is a good one too. But
I'm
I
the
would say
most-
that about anything.
I'm probably the most conservative with what I want out of my 86, which is like just a car to go on an adventure in. And the thing that
Well,
I
for
hear,
one of them.
yeah, for one of them. One of the things that I hear that is like the way to just wake up a stock car is put the 4.5 final drive in.
4.7.
Yeah.
4.7, and then to do the M Factory taller fifth gear so that you're not like cruising on the highway at
Like,
5,000 RPM.
yeah.
I hear that is just like an awesome combo.
Yeah, it also depends
Yeah.
on what like the goal of the car is. If I have a track, if it's like a tracked or autocross car, a bucket seat still would help. But I mean, yeah, stuff like that gearing and stuff that would make the car actually quicker. I could keep myself planted if I'm not drifting.
Yeah.
If I'm drifting, I need a bucket seat, and that's it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. There's another question that we did cover in the past podcast, but what was your first car?
2007 Dodge Charger SXT V6.
Hosen's is the coolest, so we'll let him go
Yeah.
last. Mine was a 2001 Toyota Highlander.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Huh.
2001 Toyota Highlander.
Wow.
And then after that was 2011 Scion XB.
Wow, I didn't know you had a Highlander. That's cool.
Yeah, actually, my current mechanic at the Toyota dealership bought it from me when the transmission blew
Oh,
and
okay.
like put a new trans in and still has it. But I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for that car to die because I want the stereo from it. The like Toyota double din. I want to put it in the coupe.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But I have probably the most embarrassing first car, which some people will argue is cool, but living through that car and also being so big and not fitting in it so well, I think
Twingo.
I'd rather a Twingo, to be honest, because it's so
Wow.
obscure. It's a 2004 Scion XB in hot lava. So
that
That's a
FRS
great
it's,
color code.
and it's automatic
color.
and we still have it because I can't escape that car.
I want to.
Yeah, it was basically my mom fell in love with the XB for some reason, and we had this was our
hot
third.
chassis.
This was our third one. If it was like more sporty, I think it would be really fun. But like
That's not an embarrassing first car.
No, no, no,
XB
no,
was
no.
my second car.
yeah, but you have like the less box.
Yeah, but
looking
the
S-
box
You have a
one's
Toretto
sick. It's like
sticker
the
on it.
American K car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But so that car
Way to
we had
justify
we had two silver ones beforehand, and then my mom wanted one of the special edition ones. So my dad found this one in I think Massachusetts or something like that, and like bought it and drove it home. But like I didn't want this car as my first car, but I couldn't really say no because it was a free car at the time. Like I was pretty spoiled in that aspect,
that's
and
the best
I
car.
loved it at the time because it was just like I have a car and it was free. So it was cool at the time, but I just was known at my school as being that guy with the fucking orange box. And it was not a good thing to be known for.
I don't know, man.
No,
I
it
I
really-
disagree. I
no,
think
I got-
boxcar life is great.
Yeah, but you
need to do the right- you need to do the right stuff
You
to
didn't
it.
have this specific one.
Yeah, a car like that doesn't need to be sporty. It just needs to have really small wheels and be slammed. That's it.
I did
That's
put
all it
15s
needs.
on it. It
So-
came with
Oh,
some.
I'm talking- I'm
It came
talking
with some.
10s,
It
bro.
came.
No, I'm not talking
Came
10s.
with some shit 17 whatevers that were
I'm
all
the
bent.
opposite
all
direction.
wheels
I
So-
have,
and
I
slam
have like
it.
the 19-inch TRD wheels on mine.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah.
know, it's funny. Your wheels don't look like 19s. I always forget.
they
when you
don't.
tell
Well,
me that,
because the
I'm
car
like,
looks big.
Yeah,
So-
it does. The second gen
yeah.
looks like an SUV.
But yeah, I quickly got out of that car, which is a whole story for another another podcast.
And Hosen, what was your
But-
first car?
So first car, I knew my parents would be against getting me something fast or sporty or anything of that sort. They'll probably get me like an SUV or like a minivan or something like I
Yeah.
can't crash,
Yeah.
basically. So I knew at a young age I should save up. So 5 years from like being 13, I saved up, I put together $5,000, and I knew I had to get an 8.6 because that's the car I've always wanted.
So Hosen's first car was the
Yes.
slowest out of all of ours. It was
Indeed.
the lowest horsepower.
No,
it was the oldest.
it was definitely this XB is seriously slow. Like,
Okay.
and it's automatic, so that doesn't help. But
Oh, but that's such an amazing first car.
Yeah.
An 8.6.
It was trial by fire because it would break down and then I would have no car and then
Yep.
I'd have to walk somewhere.
Yeah, but
Worth it.
Worth it. Totally worth it. And good on you for like recognizing early that you're like, all right, I do not want to end up in a minivan, so it's time to save.
yeah.
Yeah.
and now the car's amazing.
Yeah.
If you drive that car, it's amazing.
And here's the other
Feels
thing,
so
because like
sorted.
I know a lot at the time, like on Club 4AG, there's like saying a lot of kids were like, "Hey, should I get this as my first car?" And
No.
the big answer is no.
No.
And even me, I would say no, don't do it.
It's not a
People,
good first
if people
car.
ask
No,
me
it's
now
advanced.
if they should buy it as a drift car, I tell them no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in my situation, it was I didn't need a car. I went to, I was at college. I was staying in a dorm room, so I didn't really need to commute. So it was more of like a desire more than a necessity.
Yeah.
If someone needed a car for like a daily driver for work as their first car or to get to school, I'd be like, no, don't do it. I was okay with breaking down and like being in the middle of nowhere for the day, but like for someone else, I don't think they'd have the same patience as
considering your school was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
that was something. Anyways,
That's pretty wide range of first cars.
yeah,
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Got
three of them
American
are
muscle.
3 of them are Toyotas, so that's not that wide.
yeah,
range.
that's true.
okay. So next question. This is not a bad question. This is more of like a general question. Where can a noob learn to drift?
That's such a tricky thing.
It
'cause
is
I-
A
such a tricky
crowded
thing.
intersection.
That's
Through Shibuya.
yeah. Make sure there's a lot of people around. Spectators are the biggest
Yeah,
thing.
and
It's
have
easiest in a
have
Mustang.
Mustang,
Yes,
yeah.
Go
exactly.
to a takeover.
Oh,
You know, it's tricky. I like
Yeah, go
because
to a
I
takeover
still
in LA.
like I've
Oh
done
my
like
God.
1.5 drift events and crashed my car, so I'm definitely in the noob category still. And it's tough. I recently contacted NJMP about maybe renting their
Karting
skid
track.
pad to
Or-
like
oh,
just
yeah, the
try
skid
it,
pad,
just
yeah.
They
learn
told
to
me
do
they wouldn't
donuts.
do that, but maybe we
Yeah,
can
they
convince
didn't respond to me. Like,
No.
it sucks that the answer seems like abandoned parking lot.
Yeah, the
but it's
industrial parks. That's where I learned.
that's where you get
what
arrested.
really would have been amazing is John's backyard.
That's well. I mean,
But
that's
his
a,
dad doesn't let anyone do that
It's
anymore.
dirt. I feel like it doesn't translate. Dirt drifting to street drifting doesn't translate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from my experiences, like someone who knows how to drift and goes to tracks, I'd say definitely keep it off the streets.
Yeah,
or if you
the
can,
streets,
off
off the streets,
off the
100%.
parking lots
I mean,
too.
if you have private property that's paved,
Yeah, that's
by all means go for it.
Yeah, do it.
But
But-
we don't have that.
I
luxury.
believe if there's an area that's clear of obstacles, clear of pedestrians, and it's it may not be private. It could be like a high school park. Like my high school parking lot is a very large parking lot.
Don't
and,
go,
hold on.
don't. All right,
No,
don't
it's-
go to your high school.
No,
parking lot,
listen. A lot of
people.
high school
Don't do that.
a lot of high school parking lots are places where people can go to learn how to drive. They usually have cones on the weekend and stuff. Like where I'm from in South Jersey, you can go to the high school and you can practice driving.
Driver's
that
ed
doesn't mean
sounds
drifting.
so different for
Yeah,
you.
no, it doesn't mean go drifting. But I mean, there's been times where I've been drifting in parking lots. Cops have shown up and said, "Oh, we're the drug police, not the drift police. You guys are fine." They don't care.
Yeah,
So,
we don't have that
well,
luxury in New York.
I mean, you don't have any luxury.
I guess
You're not
it,
drifting
it
in the
really
city or
depends
anywhere
on
near
where
here.
you are.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate to have Club Loose, and they have like the clinic.
Yeah.
So definitely go
which I
sign up
definitely
for
wanna
that.
do.
But if you have an
Yeah.
area where you can get normally. I mean, I've never really gotten in trouble for drifting in any parking lot or any place. I don't drift on the street because just there's really no good streets where I live to do it. But as long as there's nobody around, if a cop comes up, they'll usually let you off the hook. Don't hit. Just make sure it's completely secluded of private property and things that
We're
could
not
destroy your
condoning
car. or
this,
hurt.
by the
No,
No, we're not
this is-
condoning this at
don't
all.
do it.
But I mean, another place.
Ask your dad.
Yeah. I don't want to say go drifting in industrial parks, but I learned to drift in this cul-de-sac in the industrial park it's literally just a place for cars and trucks to turn around. And me and my buddy go out there and we just do donuts with each other, and that's where we learned how to get our cars loose and stuff.
I wish there was a good answer. It's
There
like,
really is no
there's
good answer.
Yeah, it's like go to
It's like there are
go to
drift
an
You have to
event.
go to a track. You have to go to
There
a drift
are
day
drift
and
schools,
have people who know what they're doing teach you.
But there are drift schools, but the ones that I know of are on the West Coast,
Too expensive.
and they're expensive.
They're very expensive. But I keep it off the streets. But I know it's easier said than done when
Yeah.
there aren't a lot of alternatives off the street.
The only drifting experience I have on the streets in the snow with an all-wheel drive car, which
Yeah.
is really fun, but
Again,
also
doesn't
not,
translate.
it doesn't translate.
One, it doesn't translate, especially in a Subaru. kind
Yeah,
of
no.
too.
No, I think the
Not at
ultimate
all.
answer is get a car with few mods and go to a track and have the people that run the track or people that drift or have experience tell you what to do with your car. You will learn faster than going to an empty parking lot or industrial park.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
the way to do
I
it.
can say now it's definitely going to be frustrating, but don't be stubborn about it. Definitely listen to what people are saying.
Oh, yeah.
Because they definitely know what's up.
Don't just yes them to death too. Don't if someone's teaching you something, don't say yeah, I got you. Ask questions and
Yeah.
stuff, because I did that a lot of times with not just drifting and stuff where I just yes somebody to death and then I'm like, wait, I'm in the middle of doing this. I don't know what I'm doing because I didn't ask the right questions.
All right, next question.
Who's your favorite D1 driver?
Oh man,
A86 driver or just D1 driver?
D1 driver.
Okay, that changes it. like Nobuteru Taniguchi. He's cool. I also like Hibino Tetsuya and the Sunrise 86. That his driving style is it's very eccentric. It's raw.
I embarrassingly don't really know any D1 drivers.
That's fine. It's all right.
Yeah, I watched the option.
Just say
videos, but,
Takahashi.
yeah.
I'm sure there's a
Takahashi.
Takahashi song. Ryosuke Takahashi.
It's a close call. If I have 8.6 in my heart, so I'd say UAO. But I do like Orito a lot too.
Orito is the man.
Orito is really hard, to beat.
He has the hottest wardrobe, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Orito as well.
Okay, cool. The next one. This one's the one that everyone asks is, Eric, what happened to episode 5? Which maybe by now it's been released, maybe not. Who knows?
Probably not.
No.
So, all right. So, if you guys haven't watched, I've been posting a bunch of vlogs over the last 2. I post like one vlog every 6 months about my car that I flipped on the track, and we've been rebuilding into a new shell. Everybody's waiting for vlog 5, which is going to be the vlog where I show that the car is, with the exception of paint and like some aesthetic stuff, pretty much complete. I just need to film the rest of it. This car's been tricky. I don't have a ton of time to work in the car, and the big gap between vlog 3 and vlog 4 was because I had the engine rebuilt by a shop, and then I dropped the car off to the shop. They were just going to get everything running for me. And they just took a really, really long time, and it really killed the whole flow of the vlogs.
I remember that.
We got it back. We did a vlog. We worked on it. And then I just got super busy with work and didn't really have a chance to work on it again. As soon as we got it running, Faction Motorsports in New Jersey did a ton of work for me. So that was stuff we didn't vlog. It was like even basic stuff, like putting the coilovers and things on, getting little odds and ends fixed up just because I didn't have time. So the new vlog is coming soon. I just need to take a day and basically say, hey, here's the car. It runs, and walk everybody through what it's like to drive.
Yeah.
So the answer is soon. I also, since I vlogged last, I bought a GTS Coupe that'll be a drift car, hopefully for next season at Club Loose. And that's a car that I really hope I can vlog about more, and also a car that we're definitely going to do all the work on ourselves, and there's less of a time constraint on it in my mind. I always really wanted to get the hatch up and running as fast as possible to redeem and just enjoy driving it. But the coupe,
you've been doing,
which I have been doing, and have been lacking on video content for, but the vlog 5, which will probably be the final vlog about the hatch, will be out soon. I gotta film this before it gets too cold.
And I can imagine people being like, oh, why didn't you work on it yourselves? Or like, oh, we wanted to see you like do all the stuff.
I mean, we got it running too.
The thing is, like, that car to you is like your baby, your special car, the car you don't want ruined, or the car you don't want to really drift or get damaged. So
yeah, it's a forever car.
If anything, you want it done properly and better than what we could ever do. So
totally, and it's a thing where it's like, the hatch is like, I'm not the most well-versed car person. I've learned a lot from working on the 8.6s, but with the hatch, I never want to start pulling things off or trying to do things myself or see anything go wrong. But already on the coupe, since I got it, I've been much more active in swapping parts out and doing things, and just like I'm less worried because I know that it's a car we're going to wrench on forever. Whereas the hatch is a car that I want to keep forever. It's more of a restoration and something that I really wanted done right once and done the first time.
Yeah, I know this well because like that's how my Lexus IS300 build came along. So basically, I had my 8.6. I was going to keep it clean, but I didn't want to do anything crazy, But I always had the idea of like having a caged car, or having something with crazy power or a wide body kit, but I wouldn't want to like tear up or ruin my 8.6. So that's what the IS300 build project was about. So that was like kind of like a science experiment, me being able to do whatever I want without, worrying too much about like ruining what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we probably have time for one more question, and then we have one more topic to talk about. And
Do you have a question? Because I think I've run dry.
is that everything?
Yeah.
All the questions. I think any questions that I got were kind of repeats of what you were asked. Let me take a look. How do I do that?
Oh, you just go to your homepage or your account, and then there it is.
What?
Yeah,
Never knew about
spin
that.
there, and then swipe up. There you go. See all.
16 valve question mark.
Yes.
Yes. My answer. Yes.
Yeah, that's the end of the questions.
Yeah. Nick asked a bunch of questions. This one's a good one.
Oh yeah.
This is from TRD or broke.japan, JPN, who he's super responsive on Instagram, always messaging and just posting a ton. So give him a follow if you're on Instagram. But he asked what our YouTube goals and ambitions are.
Oh, that one's interesting.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
that
It's
is
a-
interesting.
Yeah.
That's one for them.
Yeah, that is one for you guys because you.
Let's hear
you
it,
guys
'cause
run
I'm
the
not
show
even
now.
sure.
Okay, so
I'm not sure either.
you know, we always had the potential to go big. Like, you know, I'm really fortunate and honored to have our like 45,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube. I feel like what's holding us back is really time schedule, because this wasn't really our first priority kind of to
Yeah.
say. It's more of like our hobby, you know, something that we want to
Totally.
enjoy. You know, it's not going to be our career or anything like that. So it was always like a number two in our lives.
Yeah, for sure. And like
Which-
another thing is, there's days that I like. So Hosen went to film school. He's working in the industry. I went to film school. I work in film and television, shooting commercial content. So to then take our days off as like a hobby thing, cars are definitely a day off hobby thing. but
Yes.
filming and editing and thinking about more video on our days off from professionally doing video, which, you know, I love it as a career. I'm super lucky
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
able to do what I do. But there's some days I just want to work on replacing a part of my car and not film it. So that's a tricky line to walk. I think maybe 2019 we're going to kind of get the hang of how to pump the content out a little faster and kind of streamline things so you guys can follow what we're up to.
For us, I wouldn't say we have really a goal. I mean, it would be really nice to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and to kick off this podcast and stuff like that. But in all honesty, it's like if we're too busy to, you know, put out, we just, I guess we can't really have a fixed schedule to get to a point where we're actually really big, you know, like we can't do daily content. We can't do, it's hard to even do weekly content.
It really
or
is.
monthly content.
It's a lot of work.
It's
really
a lot of
is.
work.
You know, I think we've talked on the podcast a lot about the 8.6 community. I think for me, like the YouTube ambition is to just be involved in the 8.6 community.
Yeah,
You know, I flipped the coupe. We made the vlogs about it, and I've been able to talk to people in Hong Kong, talk to people in Japan that have seen the videos, that know the car, and just being a part of the community in whatever way we can is great. So I think just for me, it's about just staying active and trying to be somebody in our community. It's a way to give back.
To say our goals is that we really don't have a goal. We don't want to be somebody. We don't really want to be famous. We just want to share and be part of the community.
For
so
sure.
what we're doing right now, you know, like releasing videos, even though it's very rarely, it's like, as long as we're like posting things every now and then, it's just like, we're not gonna try and like show off or anything like that. We're just like, we're sharing.
It's a fun thing.
It's a fun thing.
It really is.
Yeah.
We don't want to make it like
I seriously enjoy helping you guys just doing this.
Yeah, today
it's
was
great.
one of the first big jam days we had on content stuff. This is the first time we've ever done this all together, besides vlogs
Yeah, for
in
sure.
the shop. And this has been the most fun. And I really think 2019 is going to be like the greatest year.
Yeah, I think we're
We
gonna
got a
really
Japan
try.
trip. We're going to
Japan
pump
trip.
content out. All of our cars are virtually working. Evans is running, but mine's good to go. Eric's is good to go. Hosen's has been going. We'll be driving together. We'll be doing so much stuff this year. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
so
amazing.
I think this year I'm gonna try my best to like really streamline the process of getting videos out so that you guys have more videos of us doing this and like hopefully by the end of 2019, you'll get to watch me learn to drift from not really knowing how
Also
to.
same.
Same with
Yeah,
Evan,
also
yeah.
same.
Going to Japan, learning a lot there, and then trying to take it to the track at Club Loose with our 8.6s. So, yeah, I think just being involved and trying to stay active is really the ambition.
Yep.
That being said, there are some really amazing YouTubers that want to be YouTubers as a career. Our friends More Skids just launched a Patreon. They're doing super well, and I think they are really trying to make YouTube and make these cars their lives. So on that front, go check them out if you haven't. I imagine you have, but More Skids
there's
on
a lot
YouTube.
of crossover
Yeah,
between
for
our
sure.
two fan bases, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, More Skids on
they're
YouTube.
just great people.
They're so great, yeah.
They're super nice. They don't take themselves too seriously. They're hilarious, and I think they deserve all the success that they get.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
They
I
drove
think
all
they're
the
gonna
way
do
across
it.
country just to like hang out with
Yep.
fans and
That's
like,
incredible.
people who are into the same things.
Yep.
So it's awesome.
Yeah, so we aren't really the band that goes around trying to find gigs. We were more of like the guys on the street, just like trying to impress people.
I like that.
Yep.
All right, so I think that's about it for questions. So I think a good spot to leave it. What is the next thing that we're going to do to each of our project cars?
Huh.
Ooh.
Project cars. Which one?
Yeah.
Let's talk about, we'll keep it short. You can
Okay.
make some bullet points about each car that you're working on.
All right. So the 8.6 for me is practically, it's been completed for the longest time, but every now and then, I like to change things up or like upgrade something or something breaks and I just, I upgrade from that. And same thing with the Lexus, the build has come to a close. After the Atasha wrap, it's gone to many shows and I'm having a blast with it. Next up would be like getting it back onto the track. So next season, I'm hoping to drift that more. That's the plan. Right now I'm working on a little project that's it's for my brother, but that's I guess I'll keep that one a secret for now. Not too many people know about it. It's very different from all the other cars I have.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
It shouldn't be too difficult either.
Yeah.
It should. We'll probably do a video on it. It won't be a series. It'll be
And then
probably a standalone video. But
very recently, it was not really planned. It was like a now or never, like jump on kind of thing. But
Victim of a good price.
a big price, but
yeah.
I ended up getting a 92 Lancia Delta Integrale Evo 1, and that's like the dream car. So I don't plan to do much of it in terms of like upgrades or mods. No, it's just going to be one of those cars that I'm going to drive, I'm going to take care of. It's a collector car. And yeah, it's like the dream.
which is brilliant, by the way.
Yeah, it's Eric's 8.6 hatch.
It's the car is brilliant.
weekend.
So in
It's
terms
a
of
weekend
like
car.
big projects, we're gonna be working on Evan's 8.6.
Yeah,
So
because everything
that's-
for you is either going to be maintenance or just driving.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
That's a
So
great
that's where
spot
I'm
to be
at.
at.
yeah, it is a great spot to be at.
Oh, yeah.
For me, I have two project cars right now. I have the hatch and the coupe. The hatch is driving great. It's running great.
That's great.
It's awesome. I'm kind of at the last big stages of it, which I'm happy to say are pretty much aesthetics.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to buy.
exciting.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
exciting.
awesome. I'm starting to buy some
the
stuff.
fun stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fun stuff.
The really fun stuff.
I just got side skirts. I just got rain guards. Just I'm kind of compiling I got the OEM wing for the hatch. Just kind of compiling the body parts that I need so that the
Yeah.
car can go to paint.
Yeah.
So
So
I-
paint's next, huh?
paint's next. I don't have a color picked yet.
You
but
keep bouncing around.
I've been
from
bouncing.
a bunch of great choices.
But it sounds
Yeah.
like it's going to land on
Yeah.
Starfire Blue Pearl.
I will probably the day I make the decision is the day I drop it off to get painted. Until that
that's
moment,
great.
until 10 minutes before I roll into the paint shop, it can change.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
that's-
indecisive.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And I'm going to be happy
pretty-
no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the hatch. And right now the hatch and the coupe need to we need to get them both in Nick's shop at the same time because we're going to switch rears on the car. The hatch has a weir ring and pinion and a Tome
Tome
two-way
two-way.
LSD, which is not
It's a bit aggressive.
It is aggressive for a street car.
Yeah.
But the coupe, which is going to be the drift car, has an OEM Toyota LSD. So
it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, no-brainer to just swap the rears over. So the hatch is going to get the rear that's perfect for the street. The coupe is going to get the rear that's perfect for the track. And the coupe, I'm gonna drift it this season at Club Loose, or next season, 2019. There's not. Yeah, I'm trying to do kind of the minimal amount.
Yeah, this is a get in and go car.
Yeah,
Keep it simple.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to be like.
This already looks pretty good.
Yeah, not doing paint, not doing anything crazy. It's just going to be change the fluids, make sure everything's running nicely, get it on coilovers, do some really light suspension modifications, and put a cage in it.
Yeah.
Just, I'm not going to skimp on safety this time around. So it's kind of the most basic things. If anybody's seen the Nori Yaro video where he buys the 86 coupe and just is like, oh, I switched the fluids and that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to the track. That's kind of what I'm hoping to get out of the coupe. And if anything happens to the motor, which I think it's got like 230,000 miles on it.
Don't worry about the motor now.
Nope. If anything happens to the motor, a new 16 valve goes right in, and we just
we
keep
also
going.
have,
so
we
many
have
of those.
extra
many 16
motors galore.
Yeah.
So that's those are my project plans. They're simple but enough to keep us busy through the winter, happily
It'd
busy.
be great.
No miserable.
No, this is fun stuff. All of it, even
Stay tuned for months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really
boy.
happy where my car is right now. I just got done installing new axles that were custom made by Dutchman Axles out in Idaho, I believe.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I got a Tomei two-way LSD installed with a new ring and pinion that Eric gave me by Dan from Swangbiz out in Oregon. So my rear end is rebuilt. My transmission's still good. My motor has just recently been earlier this year, and springtime. I had it tuned, dyno tuned in, came in at 199.8 horsepower. I'm gonna call it 200. Otherwise, I'll be disappointed every day.
I feel
engines.
I'm 5'11 and a half height wise. I'm like so mad I'm not 6 feet. Yeah.
It's running really well. And mechanically it's sound. So the next thing I'm going to do is install those rear springs I got on Black Friday. I'm going to adjust my pinion angle because I run a one-piece drive shaft. And then alignment. I have new wheels coming, and they should be here in January. I've been waiting about 6
fire,
months.
by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Straight fire.
Hard specs, going to be pretty wild.
And
then the only thing I'm on is a body kit next. So if BN Sports wants to sponsor me for 2019, message me, and we can work something out. Other than that, my car is ready to go.
And this winter, when I try and get into these coupe vlogs where we're working on the coupe, we're gonna try and film Nick's car more.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Little to no screen time.
It's been in the background a lot. It's been like there's one shot of there's one shot of the engine dying in one of the vlogs, and it's like such a good car that ends up being like the butt of the joke in a couple of vlogs, and that's not the car that it is.
No.
It is this fucking hot car with an awesome engine.
Gorgeous color, by the way.
Gorgeous
Nick
color.
is very proud
Thank
of the
you.
color.
Yeah, that is my. I don't think I'll ever paint it another color. Honestly, for a little time, I'm gonna get my body kit. I'm gonna have my car with the same color that it is repainted because I've always wanted to see this car show car quality. I mean, my bumper was the original one that came with it, like the kit that came with it when I bought it. I never liked the way it fit. It was a cheap aftermarket one.
And the color is Starfire blue.
Yeah, it's a
like,
Nissan. It's BN6, a Nissan color code.
Looks like black at night, but in the right light, it looks blue. Sometimes purple.
Yeah,
it's a really cool
it's
color.
It's my favorite. So when I get my body kit and my wheels and everything fitted perfectly, I'm gonna get it painted one last time until I decide to just change the color on it. That's it. As soon as that's done, everything on my car has been completely changed and replaced, and it's just been a long 5 years. That's all.
Evan, what's up with you?
Oh, man. All right. Well, first on the list is definitely get the car running on all 4 cylinders. Like, get it running clean, smooth, and not have any issues with it. And we need to do brakes for sure because one of the calipers, the bleeder valve, is kind of just like snapped off. So we're going to send them out. I mean, like, not send them out, but we're going to do...
Yeah, we tried removing that.
Yeah, we tried removing them. That didn't work. So we're going to do...
You're going to see that in the video as well.
Yeah, you'll see this coming up. But we're going to do just some refurbed calipers. And our friend Paolo is selling some Stop Tech rotors and pads, which I'm gonna buy from him for I think like $200.
I just bought them last week.
He told me a couple days ago.
Really?
So you must have.
Sorry.
Shit.
Amazon breaks.
Wow.
He dropped them off to me yesterday.
Oh,
No way.
there you
Yeah.
go. Never mind then.
Sorry, Evan.
Trying to buy parts.
You can edit this out in post, Eric. So we're gonna get rotors and pads then.
Yeah.
We have to do the rear coilover situation because we got front coilovers and the stance looks pretty good in the front, but the back is still like stock height and pretty weak. But and then it's really mostly just cosmetic stuff after that. There's not much left to do after that. It's just like I
rust
think
repair,
the
fender.
and-
Well, but that's like you said,
and
cosmetic.
I think
stuff.
we might mess with angle a little bit in the front. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
But because it's got a power steering rack. But
Oh, gotcha.
We might mess with rack spacers, maybe. I don't know. We're gonna figure that out as it comes. I just want the car to move on its own power, and I want to drive it.
I mean, that's a great next step.
Yeah. It's like
the best.
and then eventually it'll be all red and it'll be nice and pretty. Just imagine running free 8.6 Kaicho. Imagine his car. I want mine to look pretty much like that. Just all red, simple and clean. No side skirts, TRD wing. That's it.
That
It's
is
just like
obtainable.
Timeless
Yeah.
look.
yeah, it is a timeless look.
Never gets old.
And not many people do one solid color. I
love the color match
I
bumper. Oh, yeah.
appreciate
Oh, yeah.
the Panda so much, but it's not the style I'm going for. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can't wait to color match my bumpers. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So that'll be cool. And then I'm also working on something pretty big for myself, which is like dream car status. I don't know how viably soon I'll be able to do it. I'm actually getting text messages from my friend who has the same car, who's trying to he found the exact car I want, which is one of 41.
Oh my God.
And he wants me to take out a very large loan to to buy it because I just sold my
Always a good idea.
yeah, I sold my STI hatchback. I got pretty good money for it, but this car is like double the price. So it's basically
it'll happen. It'll happen at some point.
I'm looking for a 2001 or 2 Z3M Coupe BMW in a very specific color of Laguna Seca blue. There are only 41 in the States in that color, and they're extremely rare. So I've loved this car since I was about 7, and it's a bit unobtainium, but I'm like working on it. And this car is for sale. I thought it was going to be for sale, not immediately, but
Hosen surprised himself with the Lancia, so maybe maybe you're next in the line.
if I can viably do a loan and like pay it off over time, I can do it. But I don't know how viable that is. So we'll
this
see.
is still part of Progression Dream. So
Yeah. So we'll see. That is being worked on now. So, but yeah,
Well,
that's
that's
pretty
awesome.
much what I got on. Oh, and I have to find a daily. I have no car right now that works. So
yeah.
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 We've
It's
been
a small detail.
thinking about getting him an IS300.
Yeah,
So we're on the lookout right now.
Might be looking at one in like 2 days. So
Yeah.
Amazing.
by the time this comes out, I will have
Something.
probably an IS300
That's
as a daily
that's a
driver.
good one.
Yeah, so we found one for a decent deal. So
Well, we are gonna have busy but pretty fun winters.
oh yeah, definitely busy.
yeah.
So, but yeah,
I think that takes us to the end of Pod-gressionD episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're having a ton of fun doing this, so if you guys are listening, we'll keep doing it. And if no one's listening, we might still
We
keep
might
doing
still
it.
keep
might still
it.
keep doing
Yeah.
it.
This is great.
So,
And
yeah.
also shoot us some questions because we'd love to answer
Yeah,
them. We'd
shoot
love
us
to have a
questions.
Doesn't have to
segment
be
for-
car related.
questions, suggestions,
yeah.
anything you really want to know, we can probably answer it. So
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Within
lot.
reason.
Yeah, there's a
Within
lot of stuff
reason.
we can't answer.
We
also have
filtered out a lot of
Yeah.
questions over here, but yeah, we try to answer them too.
yeah, so
Thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe and do all the stuff on YouTube
follow.
and SoundCloud, and hopefully we get this on Spotify or something.
That'd be cool.
that'd be cool.
This is at Progression Drift on Instagram.
I am at outrun.86.
I'm everyone's favorite, Bay 6.
And at Evan Lerner.
Thank you guys.
Thanks a lot, guys.
We'll talk to you soon.
Later.